you're going to hate that music.
Well, we're almost done. We're almost done. This is it, my friend. This is the last little block of our newscast for you, and I would like to start it out with a proclamation from the state of Indiana. This is a Distinguished Hoosiers Award.
Wow.
Like big time. So I'll just read some of it. Whereas some individuals distinguish themselves through significant contributions to their communities, whereas the qualities and characteristics of such individuals reflect the best of the great state of Indiana, whereas the actions of these individuals endear them in the hearts and minds of all Hoosiers, and whereas David Barris is such a person who has earned the respect and admiration of Hoosiers across the state and is worthy to join the ranks of those so honored. Now, therefore, I, Eric J. Holcomb, Governor of the state of Indiana, do hereby declare and appointment David Barris as a Distinguished Hoosier.
Wow. There you go, man.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Kath, we're going to have to redecorate. My family already knows I have a big head. After this, this is going to be tough.
Second over the fireplace?
Yes. It's going in our bedroom. I mean, this is big. Did I say that out loud?
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, we didn't hear that.
Yeah, so one last gift, and this one is from me, and I know that you'll be needing this. So I'll just let you, all you have to do is that. I didn't wrap it because I knew we didn't have much time.
We don't have enough time for me to unwrap it. Oh my gosh. That totally rocks. A brand new fluffy blue robe, and I don't know if you can see this, but it says legend.
Oh, I love it.
And I'm a legend,
yes,
right?
you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Kathy's really going to love you wearing that around the house all the time.
Yeah.
We knew that you'd be spending a little more time in this sucker, so we thought you might need a new one.
I love this.
Isn't that great?
Can I put it on right now?
Yes, you can. Yes.
This is just absolutely amazing.
But before we let you kind of sign off, I just want to let you know what an honor it has been to be at your side for so many years. And we're all going to miss you just so much. And you've been such a great example. And, you know, I count it among the greatest blessings of my life to have worked beside you, because I literally got paid to work beside my best friend. And so thank you for everything you've taught me and shown and helped to challenge me in. And my voice can't get any higher. So I'm going to say just that I love you and that we're going to miss you so much, but we're so happy for you and Kathy and the kids and for this new chapter. So just enjoy every day.
Yeah, Brooke, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do have some words to say, and when I put it in the rundown, it tells how much time each thing takes. They all fell on the floor. So sit down and relax. This will take a while, but remember, this is 37 years. And this is it. 37 years, 4 months, and 10 days since we first began getting together to share the day's news. It's over. That's a mere 13,647 days together. Only 1,949 and a half weeks. Guess the old saying is right. Time flies when you're having fun. And boy, have I had fun. Fun that you, Wish TV viewers, made possible. So you have my heartfelt thanks. I want to thank many people tonight. None has been more important in my success here at Channel 8 than you. And while you see me on television every day, and I know it's really enjoyable looking at this, there are people working behind the scenes making it all happen. First, our general manager, Randy Ingram, who keeps the station moving forward, ensuring we can compete in the market, and he still manages to be a nice guy. Our news director, Al Carl, who realized quickly how phenomenal I am and still kept me on the team. Our assistant news director, Catherine Price, she is the keeper of the schedules, giving me the holidays off that I requested. Our executive producer, Adam Krett, who has kept track of me for dozens of years, and we still get along. The amazing creative services and graphics team led by Scott Haney, who produce promos that make me look good. Thanks Scott, Audra, Ethan, Courtney, Roxy, Joe, Chris, and Parker. our producers who work tirelessly making sure we have the very latest news for you in every newscast. They write, edit, create, and craft a show that often changes on the fly, so you get updates immediately. You see me, they do the work. Thank you, Flora, Nisa, Maggie, Mallory, Sam, Jacob, Garrett, Lindsay, Trey, and Kate. Our producing team is legendary. I want to thank our photography, reporting, and multimedia journalist team. They find and report stories that are important to Central Indiana. They run out in the worst weather, they're the worst crime scenes and fire scenes, so I can sit in the studio and introduce them. Then you get the information you need right away. In the evenings and at night, that's Kevin, Ron, Logan, Sean, DeAndre, Joy, Julian, Eric, Megan, V, Brenna, Elizabeth, Tim, David, and Stephanie. Thanks to all of you. I don't want to forget a big shout out to our desk and web team, Kyle, Greg, Chris, Julie, Brian, and Adam. Our directors and studio crew, Annie, Russ, Scott, Christian, and Andy, make sure what we put together actually gets on the air and to your television. Our engineering team handles the tech side of the biz. Doug, Tom, Jeff, Jason, and Gary, thanks for all you do, even though I'm not sure exactly what it is or how it works. The team you see every evening on Wish TV really does like each other. It's so easy to work with them. Ken and Phil, it's been an honor to share the anchor desk with you guys. AC, you have set an example for sports directors everywhere. Great sports reporting, great community involvement. Your team is the best. Megan, Charlie, Jason, and Ross, love all of you. And then there is Brooke. How do I say thanks to Brooke Martin? She isn't just my partner on the anchor desk and my next door neighbor in the newsroom. She is one of the most genuine, caring, compassionate people I've had the good fortune to get to know and work with. We have had deep, frank discussions about the day's news and laughed so hard we were afraid we wouldn't be able to get to read the next story. I'm old, experienced, yet somehow she is the one who taught me. Taught me how to use emojis, GIFs, and Twitter, how to attach pics to tweets, texts, and posts. She convinced me ecru is not my color, neither is brown nor orange. She explained that large, loose clothing is not a good look for the old anchorman. She taught me that fitted and tight are two different things, and I shouldn't fear fitted the way I do tight. And tonight, I wore a fitted shirt.
Whoa!
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
We aren't just co-workers, we are friends. A friendship I will cherish forever. As I leave the anchor desk, Brooke is staying right here, which means you are in good hands. Brooke, thanks.
Thank you.
A special thanks to Dick Wolfsey, who found a stray dog, named him Barney, and changed morning news in Indianapolis. When I started anchoring Daybreak back in 1985, there was a meteorologist doing the weather who I hadn't worked with very often. I wasn't sure how we'd get along. He was tall, I wasn't. He had brown hair, mine was black. His shoe size was bigger than my shirt size. Nope, I didn't know much about Randy Allman back then. But in the 32 years since those first days, he has become more than just a friend. He is my second brother. When we got together on Daybreak, it was in last place, the cellar. No one was watching. Even the crew fell asleep during the half-hour newscast. But management said just be there, and so we were, and we found our sense of humor was exactly the same. Two grown men who were still preteen boys at heart. It got us in trouble with our news director, Lee Giles, the man who hired me, reminding me that funny is okay, silly is not. Funny and or silly, you liked what Randy and I did in the mornings, and we went from worst to first. It's an accomplishment of which we are both proud. Ran, thanks for the laughs, long talks, advice, and making me see that you are better looking than me. Not. My family, here tonight to watch my last broadcast, has supported me from the start. My sister Lynn, my brother Phil, they can tell you reporting the news is all I've ever wanted to do, and they've always taken an active interest in what I've done. Their families, including my sister-in-law Lynn and my late brother-in-law Joe, were always big supporters too. I love you. And then there are my boys, Nathan, Adam, and Michael. They grew up with a dad who had one of the craziest schedules ever. They tucked me in bed when I worked daybreak, accepted that I would work not only early mornings, but nights, holidays, and weekends. They've made me proud, and I am proud to say we remain closer than ever. Guys, Dad's hours are changing. Soon you'll wish I was back working early morning, nights, weekends, and holidays. I promise not to be too much of a nuisance. Not too much. My daughter-in-law, Sarah, who along with my son, Nate, gave us 2 terrific grandchildren, Olivia and Braden, all here tonight. I love all of you. And finally, how do you say thanks to the woman who has been with you from those first dreams of finding a job in TV news to the final broadcast? How do you say thanks to the most private of people who has always supported a husband who works in a very public profession? How do you say thanks for putting up with crazy hours, long days, short nights? How do you say thanks to the person who let me spend all of our savings so I could get a master's degree from Ball State, which eventually led me to this job? How do you say thanks to the woman who lived through the ups and downs of contract renewals, new owners, new bosses, and the uncertainty of a weird, wonderful business? I first met my wife, Kathy, in 1973. We've been married for more than 42 years, and we are truly looking forward to the next chapter of our lives. While Kath was able to put up with a crazy first 42 together, retirement should be a real test for her. A lot of together time. From time to time, I'll pop back up on Wish TV. They've asked me if I might help out occasionally. I said I'd love to. I think Kath will soon be hinting that should happen more often than I might be thinking. You know, if you're lucky, life is a marathon. If you're luckier still, you get to finish the race and have a little left in the tank to take a cool down lap or two. Catherine Annie, we did it. We crossed the finish line and we still have a little left in the tank. Let's start those cool down laps. I love you. And now I'll say goodnight, not goodbye, to all of you. I'll do it the way I did for 21 years on Daybreak. Hope your Friday, weekend, and on this, my retirement day, hope the rest of your lives turn out to be terrific. Thank you.